Hello, Carly. Do you have a moment? Oh, good evening, Helen. Mom. Is there something I can help you with? This Sunday I'm having some friends over for a little tea party. 4 of us to be exact. I was hoping you would bake some homemade cookies and a cake for us. And, of course, I will want you to help out serving and whatnot. I'm so sorry. I'm busy on that day. Huh? You can't get over here? I already made plans on that day. A bit hard for me to make it over there. Oh, really? I provided this opportunity for my daughter-in-law to showcase her cooking skills. Thought it would be a great way to leave a good impression on my friends. I went out of my way to provide you with this opportunity and you reject it? That's why everyone says you're inconsiderate daughter-in-law. You seem to be the only one calling me an inconsiderate daughter-in-law. How could you say such a disrespectful thing to your mother-in-law? I also experienced being a daughter-in-law, therefore I know when you're being inconsiderate. Even if no one else is saying it. If I'm saying you're inconsiderate daughter-in-law, well, it's the same as if everyone is saying it. I see. I'm giving you a chance here to redeem yourself. Make a good impression. I simply cannot believe your behavior. Like I said, I already made plans for this Sunday. Then simply reschedule. I'm really sorry. I wish I could, but I just can't. That day is... What are you saying? You didn't forget, did you? I never forget things, unlike you. Don't treat me like I'm going senile or something. Please, I'm not implying such a thing. So do you still want me to change my schedule? Oh, just forget it. If you're so reluctant, don't come. Besides, you get here with that attitude and serve my friends. I'll be the one that will end up embarrassed. But I still want you to make the cookies and cake. I'm really sorry, but I don't have the time for that either. Just bring it to the house on Sunday morning. You're not hearing me. I can't do it. Okay, I'll be waiting for those delicious cookies. I'll say it again. No is no. Helen, Mom, can we talk? It seems you entered the house while Frank and I were out. Can I ask what you were up to? Hello, Carly. By the looks of it, you somehow managed to make that cake I requested. Thought you were busy. Huh? What are you saying? You didn't bring it over, so I went there to reprimand you, but then I saw that you did indeed prepare something. That cake was more than enough for my guest. So I will forgive you just this time. Like I said, what are you saying? Oh, yes, that reminds me. All the food on the table. I threw it out. What was all that? Little finger sandwiches, canapes, little bits of chicken? So that's how you cook dinner, is it? Just pile it up on one big plate like some community plate. Disgusting. You really should learn to cook and prepare food properly. Plates, bowls, butter plates. There is an art to serving food, you know. Kids won't learn proper etiquette if you serve food on one big plate like it's party food. Well, at least bring back the cake. Oh my god, how time flies. My friends will be arriving soon. Please, Helen, Mom, please bring the cake back. Please. I made that for today. It's a special occasion. Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you so much for the cake. I can't believe you're doing this knowing full well what today is. Oh, my friends have arrived. Sorry, I won't be able to return your line messages. Mom, please. Carly, what was all that today? How dare you come to my place and shout into the intercom? If you want that cake so bad, go buy one down the street. All my friends were shocked. You yelling for your cake back. I was so humiliated. Answer me. Say something. The messages alerts were getting on my nerves, so it's you. Mom, what do you want now? Getting on your nerves, huh? You locked the door, ignored my pleas, and enjoyed the cake with your friends. Well, you seem to have a problem with your attitude. That's not my problem. What did you just say? How dare you talk to your mother-in-law like that? My son will hear of this. Helen, you know perfectly well what day today is. And you do this? So you hate your daughter-in-law, but do you also hate your grandson? Huh? You just completely ruined your grandson's birthday party. Huh? Birthday? That's right. It's your grandson Christopher's birthday today. Wait 1 second. Would you... Christopher's birthday? Today? What? Are you serious? You had no idea? His birthday. It was today? That's right. It was his 7th birthday today. Happy birthday was written on the cake. Or did you not see that? I didn't notice it. Huh? But you said you never forget such things. What was that all about? I thought you were talking about your little get-together with friends. Huh? Seriously? You know, you meet once a month, right? That was when he was in kindergarten. I don't meet with those moms anymore. Besides, I told you about Christopher's birthday party many times. I told you that I was inviting friends and Christopher's kindergarten friends today. I also said not to make any last-minute requests because I was busy preparing for the party. Really, I don't really recall. Your husband was there too, so I'm sure he remembers. Oh, I see. Well, then. Why didn't you mention it when I was talking about having that tea party with my friends? If you had just simply mentioned that, well, we wouldn't be in this mess. Every time I try to tell you something, you always cut me off. You get upset for interrupting. Then you turn around and spread rumors about me, making me look like some kind of monster. What? Helen, Mom, I'm really sick of this. I just wish you would stop giving me a hard time. I never. The main problem seems to be that you never really listen to what I have to say. Every time I try to explain something to you, you always brush me off. I sent you a line message on numerous occasions, but again, you would just turn your nose up at it, not even see it. I never did that. Oh yes, you did. In fact, about 6 months ago, I told you in advance that we would be gone for 2 days to visit my folks, but you, as always, ignored our message and came right over. Thinking we were there, you started shouting in the intercom and ringing the doorbell over and over again. You made such a racket that the neighbors got worried and called my folks. I was so humiliated. No use dredging all that up. What's past is past. It was not only that. When Christopher and I came down with the flu, I asked you not to come over for at least a week, but there you were banging on the door, shouting into the intercom. I'm sure you remember we were endlessly going back and forth on the intercom. You probably don't even care, but I had a severe fever and could hardly stand up. What's more, Christopher had finally fallen asleep after tossing and turning all night. Because of your non-stop bell ringing and door banging, Christopher was in bad shape. If your husband hadn't come and got you, Christopher's fever would have worsened. I can never forgive you for that. Well, that was because... And there's one more thing I want to add. You didn't attend Christopher's birthday party last year either, am I right? Huh? Such a waste. I invited you way in advance. A friend apparently called you on that day and you went shopping, as I recall. But your husband showed up. Actually, we were all befuddled by your actions. That's why we decided not to invite you, but I never figured you'd steal Christopher's cake and dump all the party dishes into the trash. Unbelievable. I simply just forgot. You can't fault me for being a little careless. But I have to say, this really takes the cake, literally. Huh? You don't seem to repent. Think about what you did. You stole Christopher's birthday cake. You dumped all the party dishes into the trash. As a result, we had to cancel the entire party and send everyone home. But fortunately, everyone was very understanding and we were able to postpone the party until next week. Do you realize how much damage you caused? Do you realize how much Christopher cried? Come on, you're being overdramatic. Besides, in situations like this, you should have been more resourceful. Resourceful? Yes, you could have just gone out and bought everything you needed. And there is Uber. I do know that the supermarket is right nearby and the bakery down the street was still open. If you're a mother, you have to be resourceful in order to overcome any kind of obstacle, such as today. That's your problem. You don't have the adequate resources to be a good mom. Wow, I really don't have the energy to like you today. Huh? You do know that Christopher is allergic to wheat flour. Huh? Yes, a couple of other kids we invited are also allergic to flour. That's why I prepared the cake and cookies using rice flour rather than wheat. But that was all kaput, thanks to yours truly. You say, just go buy it at the supermarket. Well, it's not that simple. Allergy? Christopher is allergic to wheat? Huh? Are you being serious? You weren't even aware of it? This is a serious matter, you know? Well, I was. So whenever Christopher went to visit your house, he never ate any wheat-related foods. What did you think? I just thought your bad attitude just rubbed off on him. Am I hearing you right? I really don't understand why you enjoy giving me a hard time, but I'm sure your son explained Christopher's allergy problem on numerous occasions. How could he be so oblivious to such a serious issue? Christopher's life may have been at stake here. To be honest, I never want to see your face again. My husband was also following this conversation. He was so angry that he stormed over there and gave my mother-in-law a real dressing down. And she finally confessed to all the pestering and the atrocities treatment of me. It turns out she took credit for making the cake, and as for me, of course, she depicted me as some kind of monster that never cooked or took care of the family, much less her child. But fortunately, such lies don't get very far. People who know me quickly refuted such blatant lies. She couldn't handle all the whispering and rumors about her that she decided to move away, to a relative's place way out in the country. And her husband seemed to come to his wits' end too. This incident seemed to be the last straw for him. Apparently, he finally submitted papers for divorce.
Hey, Barry, come on! What the hell is that on the table? Divorce papers? Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. Sorry to say, I'm serious. I want a divorce. Please sign it and send it over. In the next few days.
What's up? Why all of a sudden? What did I do to deserve this?
I just got sick and tired of even being with you. You always nitpick about everything I say and do. Then, when I don't do as you please, you have a hissy fit. It got even worse after the kid was born. Every other word is, it's a bad influence on children or some such nonsense. I just couldn't stand it any longer. I don't want to be tied down anymore.
Huh? Are you serious? Do you think I enjoy saying things like that? How can I not say anything? You don't help out with the house chores or take care of our child. Nothing. All you do is lounge around on the couch and watch TV or sleep all day. You get home way earlier than me and you don't even bother to cook or clean up. You don't even go pick up little Jimmy at the nursery. The least you can do is throw the trash in the garbage can. And after eating, you just leave the dishes on the table. I mean, couldn't you even put them in the sink? I ask you to do something and it's always put off for later. You just go about your own business. Growing up watching a dad like that? What will he think when he grows up?
I got my way of doing things. I like to put everything aside and do it all at once when I have enough time. You think the whole world revolves around you. Besides, I work hard all day, and when I get home, I'm tired as hell. Unlike you.
What? You do realize I'm also working. Help out when you have enough time, huh? It just sounds like you don't want to help out at all. Before we got married, you promised we would share all the household chores. What happened to that?
That's the kind of thing that makes me sick. Digging up stuff from way back when. I thought you were cute once, but now you're just a nagging middle-aged hag. All I want is to be free.
You've been doing as you please ever since we met. Now you want to be free? Seems a little unreasonable. As a father and as a husband, you're being all too irresponsible. Jimmy is only 4 years old. Are you just gonna toss all that aside?
Well, you did say I was a bad influence, right? No matter what you say, I'm never going back there again. I just want that divorce. Oh yeah, and don't worry about the money. I'll pay alimony. I'm a responsible person after all.
All right. Do as you like. Have your divorce or whatever you want. Long as you pay alimony. I don't give a damn.
Finally come to your senses, huh? Okay then. I left the papers on the table, so sign them and send them back ASAP. Oh yeah, about the house. I bought a new condo, so you can continue living in that home. If you have the money to pay the mortgage, that is.
Seriously? Wow, thanks.
Huh?
Well, I'm pretty used to living here. I like it. If you're gonna give it to me, I'll take it. Jimmy's having a good time at his nursery. I would hate for him to move and have to make new friends. Thanks so much. We'll just go on with our lives as usual.
Huh? You sure it's okay? Are you going to be able to pay?
Pay?
Yeah, the mortgage and all. Well, I'm gone. Well, income will really drop, right? As you know, if you're late on your payments, well, you know. Do you really get it?
Of course. I'm not an idiot. I'm way ahead of you on such matters. I can take care of the mortgage and all household expenses with my earnings.
Come on, with your meager pay? No way! A receptionist at a mid-level firm? Don't make me laugh. How could you maintain a family, much less pay a mortgage?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not a receptionist. I'm a registered nurse. I'm the head nurse at St. James Memorial Hospital.
What?
And I also have real estate holdings from my father who recently passed away, as you know. I also have considerable stocks, so I'm not hurting for cash or anything.
Head nurse at the hospital? You? Your dad's real estate holdings? Stocks? This is the first time I'm hearing all this.
Seriously? You didn't know? Don't tell me you didn't know what your wife did for a living. How many years have we been married, for God's sake? I'm sure I told you all about my father's real estate holdings and the stocks I have.
Well, now that you mention it, I suppose I do remember you saying something about it.
So, you weren't listening at all. Well, I can understand not knowing about the stocks or my dad's assets, but how could you not know what my job is? Goes to show that you had zero interest in me. I don't know if I should laugh or cry.
So, no problem paying the mortgage all by yourself? And living expenses? Even without me?
Do you really think you were doing it all on your own? Your bring-home pay is less than $2,000. You really think that's enough to support a family of 3? And you were only giving us a meager $500 as living expenses. Please, don't make me laugh.
What? How dare you!
I'm just stating facts here, so we'll be just fine without you. Don't worry about us. Have a good life.
Yeah, well, okay. Just don't forget to sign and send those papers. I got my own bank book. So all splitting up of our assets, that's all done. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Wait a second. We haven't finished yet.
Huh? We're done. We divorce and I leave. We're done. What else is there? I'll give you the house and half of our savings. Isn't that enough?
Are you on life support? There are still some important money matters left to discuss. About that condo you say you bought?
Huh? What about it? You don't think I can afford it or something? You got a problem with me living in a new condo?
I really don't care where you live. I just want to know where you got the money to buy it.
What's it to you? I can do whatever I want.
No, you can't. You paid for that out of our joint account, right? That deposit you paid.
So, what of it? I saved that money. Every month out of my salary. It's my money. I can do whatever I want with it. It's got nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me. That money was from our joint account. I've been depositing money into that account every month. So that money you used to buy the condo, it's half mine. Or, more accurately, 70% is mine. I expect to get all that back.
What? 70%? No way that's accurate! I have the cash card! How did you deposit money into the account?
You can deposit with the bank book. Are you daft? I'm managing all the accounts we have with the bank. If you look at the transaction record, you'll see how much I deposited over 3 years. It's all there.
You're not serious. But I did think there was more than expected in here.
Well, that's part of our assets. I get half. Make sure I get all that back.
I don't have that kind of money. Are you crazy? Anyway, I used up all the money when I bought the condo. How am I supposed to pay 70%? That's just not possible!
Well, if you can't pay the money back, there is no other choice, I suppose. Hey, I got an idea. Jimmy and I could use it as a vacation getaway.
What are you talking about? No way you can do that!
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, you did buy the place so you could live there with your girlfriend.
Huh? Girlfriend? Why do you...
Huh? You really didn't think I knew? I knew from way back what you were up to. That you were seeing that girl from the club.
You're kidding me. I took every precaution to keep it quiet.
Every precaution? Don't make me laugh. All those nights you came home drunk. You think you got changed and got into bed all on your own? All the evidence was in your suit pocket. Receipts from the club, business cards. I still got all the receipts, by the way. Adds up to quite a bit. Always coming home reeking of perfume and booze. Oh yeah, you often called out some girl's name in your drunken stupor. It's so obvious you were having an affair. Sure would like to hear some of these precautions that you supposedly took.
You're joking, right?
You know, I was gonna let it slide if you were just having a little fling. You know, letting off steam. But then, you take my money and buy a condo so you can live with her. And then demand a divorce? That was the last straw. Okay, so let's get this straight. Pay the 70% you used to buy the condo, the divorce settlement, and child support. Oh yeah, as you said, I get the house.
Do you plan on taking everything? You're going to leave me penniless! You're... a monster!
I'm just demanding what I'm owed. I don't think it's an unreasonable demand at all.
But... if you make me pay that, I have nothing! I need money to live on... What am I supposed to do?
I guess you just have to sell the condo. I know you just bought it, and I feel for you. But I suppose it can't be helped. Although we are husband and wife, you did steal money from our account. Oh, and another thing. That girl from the club, I visited her the other day.
Huh? Visited her? How did you...
Like I said, I have those receipts and business cards. It was easy. I pressed her on having an affair with you. You know what she said? She said she has no intention of living with you. She said she wants to keep it a business relationship. You're just another customer to her.
Huh? When did she say that? That can't be true. But she said it was her dream to marry a guy like me.
How long have you been going to these kinds of clubs? That's just bar talk. Besides, she never came right out and said she wanted to marry you, right? Seems like you were just in your little fantasy world. So, I'll hang on to the divorce papers for now. Work out the money matters, would you please?
Huh? Wait 1 second, please! What I just said was all just a joke! A prank! Come on! You really think I was serious? I'm heading home right now, so let's talk about this!
There is nothing more to talk about. You have your freedom now. Go and live your life as you please. You never have to come home. See ya!
Wait! Come on!
Right after that conversation, Barry came running home, but I locked up the house tight. Put a chain on the door and just ignored his pleas. He eventually gave up and left. I hired a lawyer and demanded that Barry pay the money he owes me, adequate compensation and child support, as well as the house. It took a while, but all the demands were met and I signed the divorce papers. Barry had to sell the condo and ended up clearing out all his meager savings. I heard he's using a spare storage room at work as his home.